Hey guys, ArtsyMadHatter here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using Copic multi-liners and trying to see how well they are compared to Sharpies, which is what I usually ink with, and this is the first time I will be trying them. So you're going to see my first reaction and how well I think of them. They were from Amazon. They were about $22, and this is a 7-pack, so I'm super excited to use them. So this first one is a 0.3 multi-liner, and we're just going to, this is the thinnest one in the pack. So I'm just gonna draw some lines and see how thin. So this is the thinnest one. So yeah, it has some very thin lines. That would be good for small details and drawings if you were trying to do small drawings. I don't draw huge things, but I never do like drawings that are like little tiny. So I'm not sure how often I would use this, but it would be really good for small details. So then we have the 0.05. This is the second thinnest. This one I think will be a little bit thicker. Yeah, this one's a lot thicker. Or not a lot, a little bit more thicker than the last one. Again, I already can tell that the lines that I can create with these are a lot more bold and a lot more easier and more fluent to use compared to something like Sharpies. The 0.5, so this one's going to be pretty similar, not a lot of a difference. Oh, never mind. This one is, you can tell, it's already a lot thicker. And you can get a lot bolder lines with that one. Then we have the second to thickest marker or outliner, and this one is like a mix between a Sharpie, like thin liner, and like a regular Sharpie. This one, you can tell the ink in it is a lot fancier and a lot darker, and you can get a lot more bold of lines using this compared to as a Sharpie. So I've been using the wrong material this whole time, so way to go me. And then we have a 0.1, which is the thickest in the set. I'm not sure, there's probably thicker out there, but this was just pretty much the basic set of 7. So, yeah. This is the thickest. This one, my favorite two are the two thickest, because I usually do thicker lines, not as thin lines. So yeah, so I'm going to do a few different drawings and just see, using all different kinds, thin, thick, and just trying to see how well I like them compared to Sharpies. Okay, so I did some sketching, and I guess I'm kind of happy with how this came out. The hands are a little wonky, but I attempted, so at least I did a full body, because I usually don't. I usually try to do headshots up, but we're trying to do full bodies because we're trying to get better, okay? So I'm going to be using the 0.1 multi-liner to outline the edging of her, so all the details are on the outside, so I can get line variation and have thicker lines for the outside of the drawing. So these are a lot smoother and a lot easier to control in comparison to, say, Sharpies. Although these are more expensive, but Sharpies are not as cheap themselves either. So if you do have the money and you haven't bought these and you're using something else to outline, unless it's like something like a different type of multi-liner, which I have not tried because this is the first time I've actually tried to use a professional multi-liner, or not professional, but like, you know, name brand, marker brand, whatever you want to call it, marker multi-liner. So I'm already liking this a lot better, and I'm very happy with the purchase. And they're not overly priced like Copics are, which I do have Copics, but even though they're really high quality, they're extremely expensive and not easy to afford, whereas these aren't too bad for getting 7, and they're a little bit more affordable, which is a bonus on top of the great quality. I finished the outer sketch. I accidentally did do that part, which was not part of the outer sketch, but it's okay, we're gonna go with it. And so I can already tell that these markers, or not markers, multi-liners are a lot easier to control than, say, a Sharpie or just a marker, using a marker to outline. These have a lot more control in them, and they're a lot easier to use, less stress, I guess, on your hand if you did draw a lot. And so now I'm going to be using the 0.5 to go in with not small details, because I don't have a ton of details in this drawing, but the inner details. And this is a thinner line, and unlike Sharpies where you only have about 2 options of how thick, this gives you many choices and many different variations, which is a plus. Just finished, except for I have not done the face, but I finished with the 0.5, and since the face, I guess, is a little more smaller details, not like a whole lot, but a little bit smaller details, I'm going to go in with the 0.3 and use that to outline the face. So far, these are all very positive. I don't really have anything bad to say about them. And again, I'm not really like a professional artist at all, or even close to it, so I can't give you a 100% accurate review. It's just based off my opinion. But so far, Copic multiliners, it's a success. Use the 0.05 to do the details in the hair. So we're pretty much done with this one, but now we still have some few more to use that I would like to use that are more the thin side. So we're going to test those out and see how those work for being thin markers. 0.05 and the 0.03, I'm going to go in and just add different, I guess, not effects, but like confetti, since I guess it kind of looks like she's in celebration. I don't really know what she's celebrating. Maybe she just got out of school or something. But yeah, since confetti would be more of smaller lines, I'm going to use these. Even though if you do go over it multiple times, you can get pretty dark and thick lines. But I do notice that sometimes with the smaller tip, I don't know if this is just me and the way I'm doing it, sometimes it seems like the ink doesn't always come out. I don't know if I'm not pressing hard enough or if I'm pressing too hard. But the smaller ones, I do have a harder time inking, maybe because I'm not used to it. But I do for sure like the thicker tips better for inking compared to the thinner tips, like the 0.05 and 0.03. Final thoughts are that, yes, these are a success. I am very happy with how these turned out. I will probably never use Sharpies again, so Sharpies can just go in the trash. But these were definitely a yes for me. I'll leave a link in the description to Amazon where you can purchase the same pack that I got, the pack of 7. My favorite was the 0.5 and 1. They seem to have the biggest difference between each other, but still be able to both have bold lines and thick lines that were my favorite for inking. Whereas the 0.8 was very similar to the 1, so these are the two favorites for sure. I feel like they could have maybe done a little bit more of a variation between the 0.03 and 0.05, because those were very similar. But overall, these are a great product. I would suggest buying them. They're not new or anything, but if you have not already purchased them and you do art, I would definitely suggest them. Even if you don't do art, I feel like they would be pretty good for calligraphy, which is like that fancy writing. I don't know how to do that, but it just seems like they would be. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below any video ideas you have for me, and thank you all for watching.